So, have Wet 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 made it a month as Europe's #1? Maybe yes, maybe no. You'll have to stay tuned to MTV's European Top 20 Countdown to find out. On today's show, we have one Dutch act, one from Canada, and one from Jamaica. Germany gives us 2, and 2 are international collaborations, whilst the UK and the US give us 6 each. And those of you with good maths know that comes to 19, as one act appears twice. We start with a new entry from German DJs Jam and Spoon. They've taken a track of their album Tripomatic Fairy Tale 2001 and 2002, added vocals by Plufka, and come up with this, Find Me.
This one goes out to the one I love.
I took a ride on a fairy tale road. I lost my heart there once, now I want it back. I want it back. I thought that love isn't cool and I find me, baby. Oh no, no, find me, baby.
A new entry at 20, Jam and Spoon. Not a good week for the oldest rockers on the block, Rolling Stones. Despite the current Voodoo Lounge World Tour opening in America to rave reviews, the European record-buying public has turned against Jagger and Pals as they slide 8 places on their second week on the countdown, finishing at number 19. Rolling Stones, they're crashing down like a dinosaur, 8 places. Well, Reel to Reel might like to move it, but it looks like they might be past their prime. Still at last week's number 18 slot, the former European Top 20 #1, I Like to Move It.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it.
None more there, Reel to Reel, but in fact, one of 2 tracks by them in today's show. Next up, looks like Mariah Carey has seen into the future. After falling 3 places, it seems sure that she soon will be without us, as her version of Nielsen's 70s classic drops to this week's number 17. CJ holds at 16, and we have more reggae 1 place higher as crashing into the chart that matters, MTV's European Top 20, come Jamaica's Inner Circle. The summery feeling good single, Games People Play, which is already top 10 in the Netherlands and Sweden. Get that suntan lotion on and get down, number 15, Inner Circle. A high new entry, but not our highest. Inner Circle with Games People Play. Not a good week for Italian spaghetti house dance merchants Capella, who slide 2 places to number 14.
It was a clear black night, a clear white moon. Warren G was on the street trying to consume some skirts for the evening, so I could get some phones rolling in my ride, chilling all alone.
Just hit the east side of the LBC on a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. Seen a car full of girls, ain't no need to tweak. All of you skirts know what's up with 2.
So I hooked some left on 2-1 and Lewis, some brothers shooting dice.
Regulate is our hot tip from Germany, where Warren G and Nate Dogg climb all the way from 91 to 28 with that track. And they have a good pedigree there, with Nate being the cousin of Snoop Doggy Dogg, and Warren is in fact the brother of Dr. Dre. But we carry on with MTV's European Top 20, and it's turning out to be quite a hot summer for veteran crooner Joe Cocker. If he doesn't stop climbing soon, he'll need a parachute. Joe's version of the Lovin' Spoonful Summer in the City rises 2 places to this week's 13.
Dude, man, this is Chris. Look, we want to go to that party tonight, but we don't know where it is.
Call me back when you...
I want you to call me. He's not home. We'll leave a message.
Hot town, summer in the city, back of my neck getting dirty and gritty. I've been down, isn't it a pity? Doesn't seem to be a shadow in the city. All around, people looking half dead, walking on the sidewalk, hotter than a match head.
Joe Cocker on the up and up there. Well, next up, Germany's Ice MC. His single Think About the Way not only enters the MTV European Top 20, it also becomes the highest newie of the week. Ice MC smooths his way in at number 12.
Time is running out, so find the feeling. So find the feeling. Think about the way that we live today. Think about the way.
Ice MC there, this week's highest new entry at 12 on the big one, the MTV European Top 20, compiled from European radio and TV playlists and charts from all over the continent. Well, having a yabba dabba do time as ever are the BC52s, who bed rock and roll their way up 2 more places to this week's number 11 with the theme from the Flintstones movie. By the way, the soundtrack to the movie includes some great stuff by bands like Shakespeare's Sister, Stereo MCs and Was Not Was, so do check it out. But here's the BC52s. BC52 is grinning all the way towards the top of the pile there as they rise to number 11. The only way is up this week, certainly for Prince Idol Joe and Marky Mark, putting on a united front in the face of all opposition, who take the track from Danny DeVito's Renaissance Man back up the European countdown to number 10. Here's United. Word Up is our Dutch hot tip, where Scotsman Gun climbed to 18 with that Cameo cover. We return to the main chart on MTV's Euro Countdown, but we stay with Scottish rockers. Stiltskin do their own submarine impression as they died 3 places to number 9 with Inside. Stiltskin there, and the tension is really beginning to mount now as we move into the top 8 singles on this week's European Top 20 chart. Something tasty going on in Canada, I bet, as starts hiking its way back up the chart. Singer and songwriter Brad Roberts said that when he wrote this song, he wanted to put together a piece that reflected the funny and quirky world that today's kids live in. But he says he was surprised to find so many DJs complaining that they don't know how to pronounce the song's name. It sounds good to us, however you want to say it.
Once there was this kid who
Something special from Craster's Dummies there. Talking of special, maybe the next band should change their name to Hits Unlimited. Ray and Anita have collectively become the most successful band ever from the Netherlands, and they find themselves taking their real thing up 1 place to number 7. This time I Found Love, a new entry in the UK this week at 35, and our hot tip from Rosella. Nice to see her back. But this week's news is no good for the Prodigy, as their current single from Music for the Jilted Generation falls 2 places to 6 on MTV's European Video Countdown. Well, the excitement is almost too much to handle as we inch our way ever closer to the top of the chart with this week's top 5 singles on the European Top 20. Can Wet 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 keep on fighting off the challengers, or will All for One finally knock them off their perch? Find out soon. Also refusing to go away are Senegal's Youssou N'Dour and Nene Cherry from Sweden. The pair's single 7 Seconds, taken from Youssou's latest album The Guide, stays solidly at this week's number 5 slot. Is there any stopping reel to reel other than tying them up or chopping off their legs? With their second single in this week's European Top 20, the band listened to their own advice as Go On Move moves in the right direction, jumping 3 places up to this week's number 4 position. Here's Reel to Reel. Big Mountain at 3, but Shock Horror Time, Wet, Wet, Wet have finally been pushed from their throne. Here they are at 2.
Feel it in my fingers, I feel it in my toes. You know I love you, I always will.
Well, before we play Europe's number 1 video song, here's a reminder of the other 19 in the countdown. Well, the band are number 1 in Sweden, Germany and the Netherlands, to name a few, and at the same time make themselves kings of the European castle, all for one with I Swear.
I swear by the moon and the stars in the skies, and I swear like a shadow that's by your side. I see the question.
All for one finally crack it, and we'll be opening the champagne bottles big style tonight as they push Wet, Wet, Wet off their all-conquering perch to make it to number 1. But will they hang on? Tune in next week to find out. But until then, it's love and kisses from the entire team. Packing up and shipping out. Adios.